All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Time for our third bout of the evening. First up, welcome to the cage, Trevin Larson.
All right, fight number 3 now. Trevor Larson fighting out of Minnesota, Mankato actually, as he is a Mustang. Yeah, Minnesota State University up there. With Trevin Larson heading up into the cage. His opponent, not from Minnesota, no. He's a local boy. Let's see, Rudy Hernandez.
Next up, his opponent, Rudy Hernandez.
And here comes Hernandez, again, a Pergolder, yeah, from Madison East High School. Hernandez now in his second amateur fight. He was a winner back in May. Yeah, El Cinco de Mayo. Martinez represented on that day. As you take a look at the Carbon World Health tail of the tape, Hernandez a couple inches shorter than Larson, but one thing we know about Rudy Hernandez, tough chin, can absorb a blow, and then can dish it out as well. Damian Decora checking him out along with Matt Reynolds, and then Hernandez up into the cage to take on Larson. Once again, let's go back to Chris Garrity.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third bout of the evening is brought to you by 94.1 WJJO and scheduled for 3 rounds in our amateur welterweight division. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the Coliseum Bar red corner. He represents MSU and Mankato Mixed Martial Arts and hails from Little Falls, Minnesota. Undefeated in his short career, 1 bout, 1 victory. He stands in at 6'2" tall. He weighed in at 171 ready pounds. Please welcome the Cato Kid, Trevin Larson. His opponent, this man, fighting out of the Harley-Davidson of Madison, blue corner. He stands in at 5'10" tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. He represents the Chosen Few Gym, fighting out of Madison, Wisconsin by way of Honduras. Also undefeated, 1 bout, 1 victory, Rudy Hernandez.
A lot of local support for Rudy Hernandez, the Pergolder, going up against the Mustang. You know, I dated a girl that went to Mankato State, thought I was going to marry her, didn't work out. I automatically hate everyone from Mankato State University. Maybe that's a little too much information, right? I don't know, but there you go. That's my tie to Mankato State, as early on it's Larson trying to shoot the leg of Hernandez, and Hernandez trying to stop this from happening, and he does.
That's a pretty good wrestling scramble. Actually, Hernandez came out through that knee. Larson right in on that single. Hernandez did a good job sitting in the corner, getting out. Now he's right back up to his feet after a little slip. Now they're slowing it down a little bit, trying to find their range.
Both guys comfortable as wrestlers. Hernandez wrestled at Madison East High School. He fought William Kemp, who we just saw in the last fight. Took a couple of hard shots and did absorb him before winning the fight in the first round. That was his first amateur fight. So we know Hernandez can take a shot and can dish it out as well.
I really like that Larson used that push kick when they had originally gotten back up to the feet. He's a longer fighter, and he saw Hernandez was pushing forward. I want him to use that more, because Gerald can tell you that thing hurts, and it'll keep you away if you can land it.
Yeah, so many times we see fighters that have the height advantage not use it to their advantage. And why is that? Wouldn't you think that you would want to use any advantage you have as Hernandez? A good left. Down goes Larson. Blood on the back of Hernandez's head. Not sure where it came from, but I tell you right now, the bell is rung of Trevor Larson, and he's holding on against Hernandez, who's trying to finish this thing.
Earlier in the fight, Hernandez landed that nice little hook on the way in, and now he's finding a home. Those circle punches. Larson does pretty good down the middle, but once Hernandez closes that gap and really uses those circular punches to kind of get around the guard of Larson, he's having a lot of success. And here he's trying to trap that wrist, ride, kind of wrestle ride position, and just work those little uppercuts from the side to try and soften him up.
We might have to go to replay to check this out, guys, but I think Larson had his bell rung so bad he actually threw 2 or 3 hammer fists at the mat, just swinging. He didn't know where he was or what he was throwing at.
Yeah, he is in trouble, and he is getting more damage to the side of the head right now as Hernandez definitely scoring at will as we are inside of a minute of round number 1, and Rudy Hernandez is having himself a good first round.
I like the action by Hernandez, too. You can tell he wants to do – this is – you can tell one of the guys in his corner, Damian Decora. Damian never looked to finish fights. He just looked to beat the hell out of you the whole time he was in the cage. This is a Damian-style fight. He doesn't look to be doing any finish moves. He's just going to beat you until you quit, until the referee pulls you off.
Fans love that kind of stuff, and you know who doesn't love it, though, right now is Trevin Larson, as he is getting the worst of this first round here, and then Hernandez with another big takedown right in front of us. As a great first round by Rudy Hernandez. Now more lefts coming in, and Larson did everything he could to hang on, and he survives round number 1. We'll see if Hernandez can keep up that pressure in round number 2 when we return here on 57 Sports.
This is going to be interesting on the judges' scorecards. This is one of those fights I could see a couple of the judges throwing an 8 round in there for Larson for the beating he took in the second half of that round.
Yeah, he did everything he could to hang on, and now he's hanging on to the left foot of Rudy Hernandez as Hernandez scored again with a strike, and now he's going to keep that left going into Larson, and Larson has taken a lot of blows here in this fight.
See Hernandez here circling to the back. He's kind of looking for a choke from that front headlock position, and now he's reestablishing his control and trying to get that baseball bat grip off of his left hand. You see Larson here has got it on the opposite side of his neck. He's trying to use that to find a way out to stand up or at least get back to guard.
There is some blood in this fight. We saw blood on the back of Hernandez's head. We're also seeing blood on the leg right now of Trevin Larson, also coming from his face. I don't think he's cut on the leg. I just think that came from somewhere else. But both fighters a little bit bloody here, but it's definitely Larson who's in big trouble. There's blood also coming from his nose.
Larson just doesn't have an answer right now for whatever Hernandez is doing on his back. And the thing is, Hernandez isn't doing anything extremely technical other than keeping pressure and pounding the crap out of the side of his head. And it looks like Larson is just completely lost on his stomach right now.
Yeah, and that's a great way to put it. It's just no answer to this as Hernandez just keeps doing what he's been doing, and that's all these punches into the side of the head of Larson, and he's not answering back.
Rear naked choke. That's in pretty deep.
There's RNC tapped out, and Rudy Hernandez was impressive from start to finish. He gets the second round finish on the rear naked choke, and I tell you what, a fighter couldn't have been more softened up than was Larson in this one, as we see the moment that he lands that RNC right there, the rear naked in on Larson. He tapped out quickly, and that was a one-sided fight right there if you've ever seen one. Take a look at some of the other action from the second round as well. That's what started the round right there, and Larson just holding on to the foot of Hernandez, and that was about the best moment of the fight that Trevin Larson had, as it was all Hernandez here in this one. Hernandez improves now to 2-0.
Yeah, you see Hernandez here just really controlling those hips, trapping wrists and hitting that wrestling right, spouting him back down, keeping him on the mat, and really just keeping him from standing up. And then when he forced to stand up out of Larson, jumped, saw the neck, got the rear naked choke.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end of this bout comes at 1 minute 35 seconds of round number 2 for your winner, and still undefeated by rear naked choke, Rudy Hernandez.
Hernandez 2-0. The crowd loves it as they cheer on their local hero. Rudy Hernandez now going to talk with Chris.
Second time we've seen you in the cage. Second time we've had a very impressive fight from you. How did you feel? You were in control for most of that fight. Even when he dumped you on your back, you got up right away in that first round. Tell me how you felt control-wise in that fight.
I felt pretty good. He was doing a really good job of keeping my hand, and I felt like I couldn't ground and pound properly. But I got the job done, man. I want to say, chokey, chokey, this ain't no jokey, baby!
So once again, extremely impressive. How healthy are you coming out of this fight, and when do you want to fight next?
I really want to be in that pure card, but that's up to Joshua. So I'm ready, man.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing you in the cage one more time. Come on, folks, undefeated Rudy Hernandez.
I just want to thank my wife, Birdie. She's at home right now with our 7-month-old. I love you, baby.